Hey true believers, Englentine here with a video. I saw this article and I had to click on it just because of the title. Trump's America spoils Black Panther's 100% Rotten Tomatoes score. And I just had to report on it. Now, my mission statement is to get you guys to stop going to Bleeding Cool. One, there's so many ads on there it'll shut down your computer. And two, they're full of shit, especially this guy right here named Jude Terror. He is the worst. Alrighty, so anyway, he writes, though 80 critics have given Black Panther a positive review, as tallied by review aggregator website and culture war battleground Rotten Tomatoes, one spoilsport critic has ruined everything for everyone by giving the movie a mediocre review, changing Black Panther's Rotten Tomatoes critic score from a perfect 100% to an almost perfect 99. That freaking bastard. We should all boil him in his own pudding for giving an honest review. Can't believe he did that. Black Panther spirals into stodgy tale of inter-scene feuding in which T'Challa is required to come to terms with sins of past generations, writes Ed Power for the Irish Independent, giving the movie a 3 out of 5. With what he doesn't get to do much of is jump around beating up bad guys. That's a shame. So Trump is affecting Irish movie critics. I know an Irish guy. He's a badass. He wouldn't fall for this. Let's see what the critic actually said in his review. How bad is this review? For better or worse, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's latest installment is no mere superhero movie. 14 months into the Trump presidency, Black Panther arrives on storm clouds of hype, and with the presumption, that as the first African-set Marvel movie, Jesus freaking hell, it will deliver a resounding high kick to prejudice and decades of hierarchy, racial and otherwise, in blockbuster cinema. It is expected to stand for something bigger than itself. The strain is visible, especially in the performance of Chadwick Boseman as Prince T'Challa, the eponymous Black Panther. In the context of the place the United States finds itself today, and where it has come from, Boseman knows he can't wisecrack his way through the film in the fashion of, for example, Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, and the responsibility to be at all times sincere weighs on him. T'Challa's father, King T'Chaka, was assassinated at the start of Captain America's Civil War, and as Black Panther begins, the prince is about to ascend to the throne under his dominion in Wakanda, a hidden Afro-futurist nation at the heart of the continent, which can exist apart from the rest of the world thanks to its endless reserves of the superpower mineral, vibranium. Dang, I'm reading badly. Sorry, guys. He continues to write, in the wrong hands, the substance could be turned into a force for destruction. Hands such as those of evil South African Ulysses Klaue. Andy Serkis, exuding a gleeful hamminess the movie could do with more of. Abetting Klaue in his vibranium hunting is Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger, a mysterious assassin whose fascination with Wakanda is violently personal. Also in the mix is Martin Freeman as a buffoonish FBI agent Everett Ross. While back at Wakanda, the cast is filled out by Lupita Nyong'o as a top spy, T'Challa's love interest, Angela Bassett as his mother, and Get Out's Daniel Kaluuya, which I probably pronounced wrong, as T'Challa's best friend W'Kabi. A neon-splashed early chase sequence in Korea is in the tradition of Marvel's best action scenes. As with the justly praised airport slug-out in Civil War, it goes on forever and is confidently marshaled by director Ryan Coogler in his first excursion into popcorn filmmaking. So far, I'm failing to see what's bad, dudes. Handled with a similar bombastic flair as T'Challa's violent coronation, in which he must defeat mountain tribe leader M'Baku, Winston Duke, in single combat. A biff fest that recalls Coogler's previous movie and the Rocky sequel, Creed. But from here, Black Panther spirals into a stodgy tale of internecine feuding in which T'Challa is required to come to terms with the sins of past generations. What he doesn't get to do much is jump around and beat up bad guys. That's a shame. Marvel has finally given us an African superhero. The hope surely was that he would be allowed to do superheroic things. And then it says Black Panther is released Tuesday, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the thing. I was also going to do a gotcha moment because At the bottom it says, Black Panther review, worthy, well made, but rather dull. Which means more than one critic has put it down, but really the guy who says it's rather dull just recapped and gave you information like what Ryan Coogler directed previously, so it really ended up being a nothing burger. But this one right here, it's not a bad review, gang. So blame Rotten Tomatoes, not this guy, because their algorithm takes a review that otherwise sounds positive but says it ain't the greatest thing in the world, but it's all right, and then makes it a negative. And so we continue the thoughts of the living anal vapor Jude Terror as he continues to write. Going into further detail, Power suggests that Donald Trump plays a role in dragging down the Black Panther, writing, 14 months into the Trump presidency, Black Panther arrives on storm clouds of hype with the presumption that as the first American or African set Marvel movie, it will deliver a resounding high kick to prejudice and decades of hierarchy, racial and otherwise, in blockbuster cinema. Okay, let's break that down. Going into further detail, Power suggests that Donald Trump plays a role in dragging down the... Okay, what does he say again? 14 months into the Trump presidency, Black Panther arrives in storm clouds of hype. Hype, dumbass. That means everybody's building it up, with the presumption that as the first African set Marvel movie, meaning, of course, the first one that's set in Africa, Marvel, of course, although there was a set piece in Africa in Avengers Age of Ultron, it will deliver a roundhouse kick to prejudice in decades of hierarchy, racial and otherwise. In blockbuster cinema, it is expected to stand for something bigger than itself. The strain is visible, especially in the performance of Chadwick Boseman, as Prince T'Challa, the eponymous Black Panther. Are you fucking stupid, Jude Terror? Are you honestly... You know what? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You're fucking stupid, Jude Terror. Listen to this. He says it right here. I swear this is Trump derangement syndrome that they talk about. 14 months into Trump's presidency, Black Panther has arrived on storm clouds of hype. Hype. That means it's building up. Presumption that as the first African set Marvel, that it's going to give a kick to prejudice and decades of hierarchy, racial and otherwise, in blockbuster cinema. Ladies and gentlemen, decades. Trump has been president for 1 year, 1 month, and he's talking decades. Hollywood puts out some shit. They put out some really bad movies. And you know what? Yeah, they always favor one color over all others, and that is green. Dude, you want to talk about black, white movies, all that kind of stuff? There were like, what, 4 Dolomite, the Human Tornado movies? That starred a black guy, and they were all shit. Fun shit, entertaining shit, but shit nonetheless. But they turned a profit, so they kept making them, dumbass fucking Jude Terror. Jude Terror must be an asshole, because all he gives is shit, I swear to God. Has he never heard of Will Smith? Now, I'm not saying that it's a 50-50 balance between, or let's actually include all the others. It's not an even balance between summer blockbusters and who's starring in them. That's fine. But there's no freaking wall. If you make money, they're going to give you money. Oh, by the way, this graphic right here is just showing you that there's one amongst many of the positive reviews. So basically it's bullshit and I could talk over it. Jude Terror is the living embodiment of ball sweat. Thanks to Donald Trump, Ed Power didn't enjoy Black Panther as much as he could have, and thanks to that, Black Panther now has a 99% score on Rotten Tomato instead of a 100. Of all the awful things Trump has done during his presidency, this one has to be, well, okay, he's done a lot worse things like lower people's taxes, but still, what a jerk. If I'm being 100% honest, I am unsure as to whether Jude Terror is now just trolling us. Man, I hope this movie is great. I want to go in and go, holy crap, that was the most awesome film of all time. I now want to be black. Seriously, what the fuck is going on with this movie and the people around it? Not around it, but those that are just losing their freaking minds. Honestly, what the hell's happening in this world? I'm sure it's a fine film. What do you think? What do you think about all this hype? What do you think about dumb shit like this? I actually do believe Jude Terror has to be... I mean, he's dumb, but is he retarded? And don't fucking give me that you think Down syndrome kid. Don't attach retarded to them, because that just pisses me off. You know what I'm talking about, an adult who should have fucking known better. Jesus, Lord in heaven. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think. And also, if you like this video, you want to see more, click like, click share, subscribe, of course. And if you haven't done that, actually, if you are subscribed and not, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Make sure you're still subscribed if you've thought you were, because YouTube's messed up my channel, and I know a lot of people haven't been getting notifications and all that. Also, this is the way I make a living. This is my only job, so if you don't mind helping out, if you don't mind help to support, go on over to Patreon. The link's in the description below. Drop $1 in the till, help to keep the lights on, helps keep making videos. Certainly appreciate everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.